Hi, I'm Brigham Young. Here is what I'd like you to remember about me. I was born June 1, 1801 in Windham County, Vermont. My parents were John Hayden Young and Abigail or Nabby Howe. I married Miriam Angeline Works on October 8, 1824 in Cayuga County, New York. She was born June 7, 1806 to Asa and Abigail Marks Works. In 1832, I was converted to the everlasting gospel as revealed to Joseph Smith, as was my wife. On September 8, 1832, my wife died of consumption, leaving me with two little girls, Elizabeth and Violet. In 1834, I married Marian Angel. She was the daughter of James William and Phoebe and Morton Angel. She was born June 8, 1803 in Ontario, County, New York. We had 6 children together. While I was in the Boston area preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, I learned about the death of our prophet Joseph Smith. I was broken by the news of the death of this beloved prophet. I never bore such love for any other man as I did for the prophet Joseph. I arose from my bed of tears with one great and overpowering determination, and that was to carry on the work which the prophet had started. On February 15, 1846, I loaded my family in a wagon and took my teams and cattle and what possessions we could carry away and left our comfortable brick home in Nauvoo. This began the trek west for the Saints. The Saints were ill prepared for the journey west. Anti-Latter-day Saint mobs had forced us from our homes and the temple we had just built. Many left without clothing, food, and that would be needed for the long trek. The crossing of Iowa was long and arduous. The challenges of an early spring thaw of winter snow, constant rain and strong winds impeded our progress to a crawl. Our wagons sank up to the axles in mud. One day in March was particularly troublesome. Worn and weary, I proclaimed, "We passed only one mud hole today. It was 6 miles in length." The Lord had admonished, "Behold, mine house is a house of order." How would the Lord want this great people organized? There were thousands of saints with their families and animals trekking somewhere between Nauvoo and the Missouri River. I sought direction from the Lord as to how to organize and prepare the people to go west or stay at the Missouri until another season to go west. No sooner had I made camp on the Missouri River than war broke out between the United States and Mexico. On June 30, Captain James Allen asked for the enlistment of 400 or 500 able-bodied men to march to California. After the battalion had marched away, I began the task of organizing the thousands of saints on both sides of the Missouri into comfortable or passable quarters for the winter. On August the 28th, I crossed the river and made a speech to the Omaha Indians asking for permission to settle on their land for the winter. This settlement would become known as Winter Quarters, Camp of Israel. Since the saints needed wood to make shelters, water and grass for their animals, settlements sprang up along the river. Some 90 settlements were on the east side of the river. On the west bank of the Missouri, I received the revelation from the Lord known as, the Word and Will of the Lord, concerning the Camp of Israel. In part the instruction was, let the companies be organized with captains of hundreds, captains of 50s, and captains of 10s, with a president and his 2 counselors at their head, under the direction of the 12 apostles. And this shall be our covenant, that we will walk in all the ordinances of the Lord. Let each company bear an equal proportion, according to the dividend of their property, in taking the poor, the widows, the fatherless, and the families of those who have gone into the army, that the cries of the widow and the fatherless come not up into the ears of the Lord against this people. Let each company prepare houses, and fields for raising grain, for those who are to remain behind this season. And this is the will of the Lord concerning his people. And if ye do this with a pure heart, in all faithfulness, ye shall be blessed. You shall be blessed in your flocks, and in your herds, and in your fields, and in your houses, and in your families. Be diligent in keeping all my commandments. I invite you to learn about those settlements and their residents. Listen to those pioneers talk about their sojourn in the wilderness as they anticipated a time for their trek west.